Give us the info whenever you can, field reporter. As we kick things off here on 2000's Atmosphere. LE, we're in the top right hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top right hand corner. We have our red Zerg player coming down from the land of, did I see Denmark or did I see Austria? I saw Austria. Representing Platinum Heroes, we have HateMe.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2000 Atmosphere's LE, we have the blue Terran player himself, hailing from the land of the Netherlands. It is Miguel's roommate, uThermal.
The land of the Nether.
There you go, and I did just look it up, and yes, when it comes to ESL Pro Tour, not really talking about the WCS Premier League or anything like that beforehand, in the ESL Pro Tour, this is the first time he's made it to the round of 32.
Wow.
HateMe, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, oh, the up-and-comer, uThermal, let's go! His debut!
You know, yeah, he's been making a lot of content, and it's glad that, you know, it's paying off for him. The guides that he makes, no, yeah.
Yeah, the streamer has now become the player. Oh god, but yeah, as far as I can tell, this is HateMe's first time here in the round of 32. So already a monumentous occasion for him to go this far in the tournament. You know, like and because that, I hope that the pressure is off, right? You know, this is kind of his dream run. He's already kind of exceeded expectations. So hopefully he can play to his heart's content.
Yeah, especially against a player like uThermal, who, you know, the memes are gonna come out from him. We name him the man of many builds for a reason, so yeah.
Oh yeah, this man, he's got a lot of builds, mate. To open things up, he does go for a Reaper first, so a pretty standard opener coming out from uThermal. Meanwhile, from the side of HateMe, again, nothing too crazy. We do see a hatch gas pool here, no third base yet, or no drone there in location. I imagine at some point he will be going for that as the Reaper dips on in.
Yeah, just confirms the drone count here in the natural base. Sees that it is slowly but surely being saturated, isn't too worried about, you know, an early timing coming out from his opponent. That one drone. uThermal had a grudge against that one drone, man.
Yeah, a little bit.
Made sure it went down.
A little bit of a misstep there by HateMe. uThermal does get one drone kill. He isn't able to delay the third base as it is thrown down, but again, one drone is more than you typically expect from a Reaper.
Yeah. At most, you expect maybe a creep tumor, but yeah, even then, it's a bit of a tall ask.
Yeah, exactly. So already a great start here for uThermal. Meanwhile, back at home, he is going for a macro-oriented opener here. Third CC before starport.
Yeah, being a lot more, as you said, economical and a lot more, I would even say greedy coming out from him. So yeah, he probably isn't planning to go for any early timings, anything like that, but this does lead him to have a very big advantage going into the mid game, so he can still rock up with all the tanks.
Oh yeah, like just because he has an economic opener doesn't mean that he can't come out with an unorthodox push. So yeah, HateMe does have to keep eyes on things. Quickly looking at the vision, I'm a little bit surprised. HateMe actually hasn't scattered anything at all. Does have an Overlord kind of in position, but here at the 4-minute mark, you would expect to see an Overlord dive in to scout the tech, to scout the Banshee.
Yeah, he has the Overlords in position to scout for, you know, any move outs on the map, a Reaper, any Hellions coming out, but it is very odd that he isn't committing to a scout. He, I suppose, just wants to play it out more defensively, but we don't see any spores being thrown down just yet, so...
Yeah, we should be seeing some spores soon, and the reason for that is because HateMe is playing blind right now. He does scout all these Hellions, so he knows it's a 1-1-1. So he knows it's not a 2-1-1 or anything like that. So the potential for Banshees is there. We should be seeing some safety spores thrown down soon. There we go.
Just like so. One in each base too. Whew.
I was a little bit scared for a moment, but nah, man. HateMe, he knows what he's doing. He's a gamer, mate. He knows how to play Star.
Yeah. He's a platinum hero.
True. But yeah, the Hellions are just shocking around, denying a little bit of creep here and there from HateMe as he just continues to drone up. Again, nothing too crazy, is going for that lair here. Pretty interestingly though, we actually didn't see a safety Baneling nest from HateMe.
Yeah, no safety Baneling nest, and he's only now taking all of his gases. Double Evo chamber as well. I don't think it's gonna be a Spire, but that's a lot of gas he's taking.
Yeah, he's taking all 6 of his gases right now. So what I will say, especially because HateMe has been playing with very minimal information, if uThermal went for a Hellbat push, I feel like it would have dealt a lot of damage. HateMe did delay his Baneling nest by quite a bit, I feel. So obviously he's lucky that that didn't happen. But again, you know, that's just a risky move there by HateMe to put that on hold for so long.
Yeah, for the time being, it is paying off. You know, uThermal hasn't been able to come in with his Hellions or even with his Banshees to mess up a mineral line or anything. He does have the map control though, and he is making full use of that. He's just building up back at home.
Yeah, he's chilling. He's getting up to 3 bases. He's looking to get fully saturated as well. At the same time, the Banshees do dip into the natural base, already getting 3 of these worker kills. We do have spores, so again, HateMe is relatively prepared, but despite that, we still have that one-shot potential.
Exactly, and we see just how well uThermal is able to utilize that. Dips in, takes a shot on one of his Banshees, and then immediately dips out.
Yeah, the Queens are not here in position. It looks like HateMe wants to try and catch all of these Banshees on the retreat. He does have them here at the 4th base, but as a result, he lost 9 drones. Up!
Very well positioned Overseer. 1 Banshee will go down, and that does kind of put an end to the Banshee harass, but just like you said, like, that was about the most uThermal could have really hoped for. That is more than Banshees typically get.
It really is, and now uThermal, he's pushing out with his main army. A lot of Hellions here cleaning up a lot of the creep. The Queens were out of position. Unfortunately, they were a little bit too busy dealing with the Banshees, so they weren't here to stop all this creep from being cleaned up.
Yeah, all planned out here from Mark.
Oh yeah, now he's rotating around towards the southern side of the map instead. HateMe does have eyes on this, so he's also going to be rotating in kind. Baneling speed did just finish up.
Yeah, he still does have to be careful not to fight off of creep though. In fairness, uThermal doesn't have that many tanks, only 2 of them for now, but at the same time, HateMe doesn't have that many Banelings, and he's using them on the Hellions. That's exactly what uThermal wants.
Yeah, exactly. My god, we have such a massive bioforce here. Do we have enough Link Bane to really clean this up? Looks like he will be able to force this back, but oh my god, the Hellions deal with them!
I have never seen such good body blocking with Hellions before, Light.
Yeah.
And uThermal's making it work. He stims his Marines forward. Now that all of the Link Bane has been dealt with, he takes out every single Hydra. Great target firing on top of these Banelings as well. The Queens are kind of holding the line, waiting for reinforcements to come in, and this will be shut down. uThermal not actually getting that much economic damage, but here come the reinforcement Marines.
Exactly. It's like, this wasn't shut down, but may we have the reinforcements. There are no Banelings. Without Banelings, Marines, they can just step forward to their heart's content. The Queens have been falling left and right. The Hydras are being focus fired as well, and the Banelings are not going to finish. Up!
Yeah, maybe one of them, but even then, it can just get targeted down. None of the Banelings actually finish young. uThermal not wasting any time sieging up that tank. He knows it's just vulnerable to the Zerglings and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. HateMe was just being a little bit too greedy. GG gets called, and uThermal takes the first game.
Very good timing. Very potent timing as well.
Yeah, exactly. HateMe, unfortunately, was taking up... Like, when the push was coming, I'm pretty sure, I could be mistaken, but there was an infestation pit on the way as well. Like, he was trying to cut all the corners and go straight into Hydras, straight into Lurkers. And I don't blame him. Lurkers, they're pretty good in this matchup, but... because of that, he didn't really have too many Banelings, and we saw that, like, he never had a single Baneling connection on the bio. It was crazy.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw that infestation too there, and you could really tell that HateMe, like you said, was just cutting corners. He was getting the bare minimum amount of units he needed to defend. If he got a good connection with his Banelings on the bio, that would have shut down the push for uThermal. That would have bought HateMe a little bit more time. He would have been able to actually get to that stage attack, but once again, the body blocking with those Hellions to tank all of those, not only tank all of those Baneling shots, but also fire a couple of volleys on all of those Lings as well. That kind of put uThermal over the edge a little bit, and then, yeah, from there, he had so much momentum that I don't think HateMe could have done much.
Yeah. It was just, again, just a very strong timing there, and HateMe was just didn't really have what it took to hold on there. Again, like, if that hadn't happened, if uThermal was a little bit more passive, HateMe would have been in a great position. I was just looking at the replay. He did have an infestation pit on the way. Like, he was going all the way up to those lurkers, all the way up to, Hydra Lurker Viper sort of thing, working towards the hive. And if uThermal had allowed him to, he would have been in a great position going into the mid game, going into the late game. But alas, that typically doesn't happen. Usually there's a push before that, and yeah, HateMe caught his pants down.
Operative word there being if.
Yeah. Oh. My. But yeah, very solid game there from Mark as we get into game number 2. A map, that's a little bit more strange.
Yeah, I really thought that I was really convinced that we weren't going to see this map tonight, but I'm glad that this made it through the veto process. HateMe and uThermal. I don't hate you, hate me, just because we are seeing Blackburn now.
Yeah, let's go. One of the least liked maps in the map pool potentially, but personally, one of my favorite.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
To what?
As well, I know about that. But yes, we are going to be continuing our series now on Blackburn, where in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner, we have a blue Terran player all the way from the Netherlands. He's, of course, going to be representing himself. Yep, himself. Almost said Team Liquid there. He is uThermal.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Blackburn ESL, we have for the first time here in the round of 32, the Austrian Zerg player himself. He is red, representing Platinum Heroes. It is HateMe. An interesting ID name.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is that an instruction in his name there? Are you alright, man?
Is that meant to goad your opponent, like, yo, what's up, hate me, bro? Like like, is that what it's meant to be?
It's like that Pokemon move, taunt,
Yeah, is it
you're like, come at me. And then that's what forces them to make mistakes.
Maybe
because they're confused.
Yeah. Again, just a interesting ID name. Interesting. Oh god, we love you, Poppy. We love you.
Or maybe we're pronouncing it wrong. Maybe it's like HateMe.
Oh, true. Like hatema, like Japanese, maybe.
Yeah.
HateMe,
potentially.
I don't know.
Yeah, even though we have the capitalization on the me, you have to remember, pro gamers, they love their random capitalizations. So
they do.
It could be HateMe.
Yeah, maybe innovation is not pronounced innovation, right?
Yeah, maybe it's in. No, wait. Regardless, that's still. No, wait. Regardless, it's still.
You start and then you realize you've gone too far. You don't know where you're going. You're like, oh wait, hold on a moment. How is it capital? How do I pronounce? Oh god. Yeah.
Pro gamers for you.
F's in the chat for innovation. Meanwhile, would you have a very interesting opener here, as the Reaper first is pretty standard from uThermal as he tries to dance here with the drones, maybe looking for another drone kill. But back at home, the madman is going. Oh my! He went for an NG block at the third.
Yeah, I was the same as you, lad. I thought, oh my god, it's going NG first, but then I realized, wait a minute, no. Yeah, he's just trying to mess up the macro here of HateMe, and hopefully this doesn't come back to bite uThermal. Hopefully that this isn't just incentive for HateMe to just go for an all-in.
Exactly, like he's trying to force a triangular third here, which is not what you want to take as a Zerg player. Like, again, the reason why we see this vetoed so often, especially in ZVT, is because the rushes by ground is so short, and like bio tank pushes hit so powerfully already on this map, and to take this forward base would be disastrous, and HateMe knows that. He wants to expand here at the linear third, And because of that, this third is so late.
Yeah, at that point, might as well take the gold.
True.
But then again, you know, as a Zerg player in the ZVT, vulnerable to tank fire, I get it.
Yeah, it's, you know, high risk, high reward sort of thing. But yeah, the third base is late. We didn't see an all-in adaptation from HateMe. I mean, that's what you were saying. There are a lot of Zerg players where if their third base is delayed by that much, they're just like, okay, screw it. You know, I'm going to pretend like I want to take it, and really I'm just throwing down a Roach Warren, more gases, and just go all in.
Yeah, but HateMe is definitely confident enough in his macro to be able to come back from this position. uThermal, meanwhile, still going for that economic build, still a 3cc before starport, and still cloaked Banshees.
Yeah, you know, why break what isn't broken, as he goes for a much more standard 1-1-1, no third CC before starport, so these Banshees are going to hit that much faster here, a less economic opener by uThermal, but, I mean, he already has an economic lead anyway because of the delayed third.
Pretty much. Working on Stim as this all goes down. Again, the Hellions not really looking to dive into any of the bases. They just want to clear up the creep to make the eventual push easier.
Oh yeah, exactly. And so far, they've done a great job at it. uThermal, he hasn't overextended yet. He hasn't, you know, tried to dive into the natural base or anything crazy like that. And again, there's no reason really for it, because what's really going to deal that damage are those Banshees.
Yeah, safety spores being thrown down once again from HateMe. But there's always an angle, you know, you see all of these queens being a little bit distracted, so
yeah,
it's not going to be as much anti-air in the bases.
I'm not going to lie, like, the way that HateMe utilizes his overlords makes me so anxious as a Zerg player. Like, looking at it, look at his vision for a moment, he has seen nothing. Like, he has no idea what uThermal is doing right now. Like, there are even some Zerg players that are like, screw it, they even get, like, pneumatized carapace quickly just to scout, just to make sure, and HateMe just doesn't care.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of leaving your glass just at the edge of your table.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else watching is like, just
like,
waiting for the disaster.
It's so unnecessary. It's like, mate, just set it back, you know? Like, I know it's water, but do you really want to clean that up? So I am really concerned. The Banshees do come across the map, and the Queens are nowhere to be found. They can get a cancel on this spot.
Yeah, again, there's actually a lot of DPS potential on two Banshees like that. The Queens not going to waddle too much. I will say this from HateMe. His creep spread has been very diligent when it comes to spreading his creep, so the Queens will be able to come in, but not before a kill! Actually a kill! On that fourth base and not a cancel.
Yaku,
that's unfortunate.
Not like this, Yaku. There's a reason why I was zooming in. I was like, really? In my mind, there's no way. He's just gonna cancel. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, but a kill, not like this. HateMe. Despite the great creep spread, he does end up losing that fourth base. The Banshees are still alive, by the way, and they're going ham here in the Mineral Alliance.
Yeah. It's again kind of awkward for Zerg to maneuver around the bases here on Blackburn, even if they do take the linear bases.
Yeah, and now the Queens are all busy trying to chase down these two Banshees. That leaves the window open here for uThermal to push in and clear up a lot of the creep.
Yeah, again, uThermal not overextending at all.
Yeah, relatively
really
conservative.
Really making sure that whatever fight he commits to is a fight that he can win. He also scouts that the Hydra Den is on the way here for HateMe.
Yeah, exactly. Once again, HateMe wants to get into those lurkers or hydras as quick as possible. Again, I feel like it's a little bit too quick, but you know what? He's trying to go for it. We'll see if he can get away with it. Meanwhile, the Banshees still haven't been cleaned up, Yaku.
Yeah, one of them does go down, but that is hardly a cleanup, is it?
Yeah, exactly. One Banshee for 10 drones and a kill? Remember, kill on the fourth base? Like, well worth it, mate.
I'm trying to block the trauma from my mind, but yeah. That was a kill on that third base. Thermal push you closer and closer. This is such a massive choke point for him to utilize.
Exactly. You're like, Light, please don't remind me. I want to forget, Light. I want to forget. not the fourth base. Meanwhile, the new fourth base is under threat. uThermal pushing in pretty deep, clearing up a lot of this creep, waiting for it to recede. At the same time, Banshee is still alive, just again being so annoying here at the third base.
Yeah, I'm once again really liking the decisions here when it comes to the push from uThermal. He knows that with 3 tanks, it's going to be pretty difficult for him to move forward. So he just positions his Marines in such a way that they have their eyes on the army. Now that he confirms, alright, HateMe has backed away, I'm going to unsiege a couple of my tanks and, yeah, slowly creep on forward.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, he wants to force the engagement. HateMe going for a massive Ling run by though here at the 3rd base. It looks like we do have some pretty nice SimCity. It looks like the wall is indeed a wall, so uThermal has a little bit of time to respond.
Yeah, no defenses over there, but that wall will buy him a lot of time. Meanwhile, yeah, as all of this is going on, the Marines come in to defend that location, and HateMe is just losing more and more ground, creep, and drones.
Yeah, exactly. The reinforcements were enough here to just push HateMe away. The run by does nothing, only takes down not even one of those depots. Meanwhile, uThermal is just edging ever so close. So HateMe comes in with a flank though.
Yeah, but I'm not convinced it's going to be enough. uThermal kept plenty of Marines in the back line. And just like that, the Banelings do get taken out by the tanks. uThermal just edging his way forward, slowly but surely.
I mean, that's the thing, like, uThermal is utilizing the map to his advantage. Like, the slow zone was helping him out here. HateMe trying to force himself through it, it just was never going to work. And again, this 4th base is so exposed.
Yeah, the Banelings are making a couple of connections, but nowhere near enough of them. The tanks, great target firing from uThermal, focusing on the Banelings. Couple of Lings in the 3rd base of uThermal, but I think it's a bit of a moot point here.
Yeah, exactly. The star stepping is just too good. The focus fire as well. The target fire even by uThermal. Once again, Banelings do not find any connections. Meanwhile, across the map, it looks like there was a little bit of a Baneling run by. 16 SCVs went down, so HateMe does deal damage, but he just doesn't really have a standing army. He has Lings and Hydras, and that's it right now.
At this point, after losing 16 Lings, uThermal just kind of says, wait, I still have the much better army. I'm just going to go for an all-in that case.
Oh, exactly. Meanwhile, we see a full surround. Oh my god! Oh! Finally, a Baneling connects here for uThermal. He was getting a little bit too cocky. HateMe finally fighting back. But is it too little too late?
I was just about to praise the target firing from uThermal, and granted, the target firing was still fantastic, but it only takes 1 Baneling, man. They are on equal upgrades right now. Really glad that HateMe, didn't neglect the melee upgrades, despite everything going on, despite all the pressure uThermal applied on him.
Exactly, like, mate, that was supposed to be a kill move, but now uThermal, he's looking pretty bad when it comes to the economy. He's down to 50 workers. HateMe has a decent drone count, but he doesn't have any bases. He's still stuck on 3 hatcheries. Like, that's the real problem here. Doesn't matter how many drones HateMe has, he just can't really saturate efficiently.
Yeah, meanwhile, uThermal is grabbing that golden base, and he has triple mule potential.
Yeah.
From all these CCs, so it's definitely hurting him that he lost that mineral line, but he can recover pretty easily.
Exactly. I feel like the drone count for HateMe is a little bit deceptive. Meanwhile, he has, I guess, gotten away with taking up the Hydras. Still no Lurker Den, which I'm a little bit surprised by. Like, usually if you're going this heavy into Hydras, you want the Lurker Den as soon as possible because that's like your end goal. But for the time being, HateMe is still with Lingbane Hydra. Ooh.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess he does kind of feel like he can't really dedicate that many resources into teching up at the moment. I mean, uThermal has been really, really aggressive. Ever since his +1 finished up, he has been across the map, and he kept that pressure up and up and up. So, yeah, I don't really blame HateMe too much for feeling like he has to produce Lings and Banes, but I'm definitely with you. The longer this goes on, that HateMe doesn't have lurkers, the better it is for uThermal. uThermal's even thinking about it. He's getting Marauders now with concussive shells.
Yeah, Marauders are on the way. They will definitely help out. Again, look at the gas bank for HateMe. Like, the gas, it just isn't being utilized right now. It's a great, like, lurkers are a great way to spend all of that. Meanwhile, the 4th base is on the way, but oh, we may force a cancel. No, it finishes!
Yeah, and HateMe realizes that he can't afford to lose that. He's sending everything he can to defend, and he will be able to keep uThermal at bay. Even sends a little bit of run by here.
Yeah, I'm glad. I was worried that he was going to try and go through the slow zone again. But he goes for a full surround, or at least tries to. Up.
Yeah, those tanks are looking mighty exposed now as the entire Bioforce pulls back to deal with this. And he will be able to deal with it, but yeah, he does have to give up that front line.
True. Because of that, the tank count was reset here. We have 3 tanks remaining. They were here at the natural base, set up defensively. So not a bad way to, again, just alleviate all of that pressure. HateMe, he holds onto this 4th base. I really don't like this 4th, by the way. Like, okay, there we go. He's expanding towards the north now. A lot more of a respectable base to be taking. Sensible, I think that's the word that I was going for. Yeah. Oh god, but at least
it's respectable as well.
Yeah, sure, why not? But at least it's now up and running, and the Madman is going for Burrow.
Interesting. Burrow Banes?
I guess.
Or is he getting Burrow for lurkers?
I guess so. I mean, I'm a little bit concerned because he just made an infestation, but he's going all the way up to Hive. Like, I understand that Lair Tech lurkers aren't ideal, but they're better than nothing. There, finally, Lurker Den thrown down.
Yeah, and this will line up very, very well with the Hive finishing up. HateMe is just, yeah, dedicating so much to the underground right now.
Yeah, exactly. Burrow is going to finish. We'll see he's going to be able to make use of it to maybe find that juicy connection that will definitely help keep him alive as uThermal is maxed.
Maxed, about to have 3-3 as well. It's going to take a long time before HateMe can really catch up on the upgrades. Nice concave here with the bio, and the tanks are slowly going down, but not before taking out a massive chunk of the Banelings. Meanwhile, there was a drop towards the north. Does get cleaned up now.
Does get cleaned up, but he was able to kill that base there towards the north. Meanwhile, the 4th base is under threat as well. It looks like HateMe is going to just barely be able to hold on, but again, fighting off a creep was not the play there. Once again, HateMe throwing away a lot of Ling Bane. Lurker Den is fun. Sorry, Lurker Den is done. 4 lurkers are on the way.
It's that too.
Yeah, they can be fun. Not so much for the Terran, but his... Oh my god! Mark wasn't looking!
uThermal's attention was elsewhere, and that was a very nice Baneling connection, but that was also all the Banelings of HateMe, so I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. A lot of the bio reinforcements are coming in. The snipes are landing on a lot of the lurkers as well, and these lurkers don't have range. They are vanilla lurkers at the moment.
Yeah, and the snipes are going down. There's only a single lurker. Sorry, there are no lurkers remaining. GG gets called.